Bob, how impressed were you by Blake Snell working through what he did?
Yeah, that was not our cleanest inning in the world, and it seemed like everything that was hit was soft served on him. So that can be really frustrating, and at times it feels like it's never going to end. So you make good pitches, that's all you can do. You keep the ball off the barrel of the bat. Sometimes you're going to get unlucky, and the sun and everything else ended up being a tough inning, but recovered really well and pitched great after that, which sometimes can frazzle you a little bit. Did not.
You've been waiting a while. How big is it that the middle of the order came through as it did?
Yeah, in big spots. So, those guys are here for a reason, and they all have track records. You look at their numbers over the course of this year, and they're all good. So, those are the guys we're going to keep running out there.
The double play started by Manny. You've had a few double plays this postseason. Where does that one rank, and how big was it?
Big, really big, because, Harper's up there, which always gets your attention. Get 2 outs in one, with a ball that's hit, to the side of the field that you don't expect. Got rid of it like a shortstop, which he's been. Kimmy turned it like a shortstop, like he is. That's, they're big outs in the game, no more so than that double play.
Bob, Soto, Drury, and Bell had some struggles since coming over here after the trade. For all three of them to come up big today, what was it like just seeing those three specifically?
Yeah, and they've all had good games too. So, there's a lot of expectations thrown at these guys the minute they got over here, and it's sometimes a little unfair, but here we are, we're still playing, and these guys are coming up big like they did in today's game, so it doesn't surprise me.
Soto had the game-tying hit in the Dodgers game as well. Are you seeing him and really all the guys kind of find their footing now here in the postseason?
Yeah, I think in up and down our lineup. So, it was middle order today. It's the top sometimes, it's the bottom sometimes. That's how we're going to have to win. It can't just rely on a few guys in the middle of the order. The bottom's been absolutely fantastic here recently. It's nice to get contributions across the board, and it doesn't make you feel like you have to get one spot in the lineup to have some production. We can do it just about any inning.
And Nick Martinez going second of back-to-back days, going 2 innings on a back-to-back.
Yep.
What would you make of what he was able to do?
Yeah, all year he's since he's gotten into this bullpen role, he's had 3-inning saves, he's had 1-inning saves, he's had middle of the order. He comes in with guys on base. Today with kind of how it lined up, he pitched 2 innings after already pitching a day. I don't recall anybody taking to the bullpen as quickly and as well as he's done. For a guy that's used to being basically a starter. So I don't know where we'd be without him.
I know it's early when they take the 4-0 lead, but you guys have had trouble scoring here. So what was the change in the mood or the outlook in the dugout when you got the 2 homers?
Well, that was big. You answer right back, which is huge after giving up 4 runs and losing the first game. But something we've shown here in the postseason, we have the ability to put up a crooked number. So, just not scratching one across the board. We know that if we put together good at bats, we can put together multiple runs in an inning. It was nice to get to 2 there, and then obviously the 5th broke it open a little bit.
So now that you have tied the series, how big of a difference do you feel it is 1-1 versus?
Yeah, it would have been a little more daunting going in there. Now, you have to win 4 games to win the series, but still, you go into their place, which is going to be probably as spirited as our place is, and you go down 2-0, that would be quite an uphill battle. So 1-1 feels a lot better.
From your perspective, can you just talk about the strange second inning?
Yeah, just tough luck. They're a good hitting team. They put the ball in play. So obviously very frustrating because I'm making really good pitches, and they're just getting hits, and it was frustrating, and just a weird inning, very weird, but happy.
You were probably, a pitch or 2 away a couple times from Pierce coming in, and then you end up going 5 innings. That's not something you've always been able to do. How did you do it today?
I think you just focus on what I can actually control, what I need to do to set our team up to, have our bullpen strong and healthy and not put those innings on those guys. You think about that, and my whole goal is to try to beat Nola. I knew it was going to be tough because I know how good he is. But your goal is to always try to outlast their starter, and if you do that, usually you set your team up for a chance to win most of the time. So this case I was able to, but yeah, I like to put that in my head and try to go after it and give us a shot to win.
What was with all the fastballs early? Just
They weren't hitting it. Yeah, I mean, weak contact. I was controlling it in, out, up, down. It's just a really good pitch. And, yeah, I mean, yeah, it was a really good pitch. It's just tough luck.
You mentioned kind of being frustrated there in the second inning, but how do you kind of, erase that and stay locked in for the next 3 innings?
I think the biggest thing is, you just understand you can't control that. The outcome is the outcome. There's no change in it. But, what you do next is probably the most important, because if you give up more runs in the next inning, then it's floodgates. And you don't want that. But if you keep throwing up zeros, you know that you're going to, pump your team up and they're going to find a way to get back in the game. So, you know the outcome on both ends, so you know how, important it is to try to get 5 or 6. And when you know that, and, you just got to try to go get it and be aggressive in the zone and trust your stuff, and we're able to do that.
Coming into this, do you understand kind of the importance of a game like this? Obviously, if you guys lose, you go down 0-2, going back to Philly. Is that kind of running through your mind at all? Yeah,
you definitely don't want to go to Philly, down 0-2. Their fans are going to be good. They're going to bring it. And when you're up 2 games, there's a lot more comfort. And you want to have it tied going there or have the lead going there, because now they have to think a little bit more. They're more nervous. They're playing on their heels. I mean, that stuff's real. So to tie it back up the way we did, that's big, and that's good momentum for us. And, we want to capitalize. We hope we can capitalize. It's a really good team we're playing. So I'm excited to see how we match up. I know we're pretty similar in a lot of ways. So hopefully we go there and we can have a good 3 games there and see what happens.
Point where you were thinking, I don't know if I can, velo wise or getting on top of the ball wise or anything like that is getting difficult.
Yeah, not today. I think he's just so jacked up that you don't really pay any mind or care to pay mind to it. You're just like, I'm going to go out there and dominate. That's all you keep telling yourself. So, yeah, nothing really goes through my mind like that, because you understand how big these games are. Right. So tomorrow or the next day, yeah, I'll feel it, but not today. Yeah.